on Father's Day. The rest of us are sitting on our couch. Woj doesn't care. He's breaking news. Beal moved from the Wizards to Phoenix. Well, that move sent Chris Paul west from Phoenix to Washington. Now, he was on Good Morning America this morning promoting his new book, and Chris Paul said, that's news to me.
I was surprised, too. I found out on the plane yesterday flying here for this. You know, in this league, anything can happen, so you just figure out what's next.
You literally found out on the plane?
Absolutely.
Wow. What was your first reaction?
Don't push him any further. He's trying to be nice about it.
Yeah, he is, right?
Yeah. What's happening?
Well, Chris Paul's smiling there, but what's the reaction from him in terms of, am I going to play in D.C. with the Wizards? What do you know?
Well, Chris Paul's waiting now for the Washington Wizards, their president, Michael Winger, their GM, Will Dawkins, to continue trade conversations around the league about expanding this two-way deal with the Suns into a three-way deal that perhaps could send Chris Paul to a contender. Is there a package out there, perhaps a couple expiring contracts, maybe some kind of a draft asset, or, is there a talented player, perhaps a younger player with more years and money left on his deal that a team might want to move out to bring Chris Paul in for 1 year? He still has value, even at 38 years old. I think for a contending team, there's a few different scenarios, where a trade is possible. And so Washington's working on trying to see, again, can they get a deal with a third team and expand this trade and then call it into the league? But, Scott, if they're not able to do this, and this ends up just being a two-way deal with Phoenix and Washington, certainly Washington imagines a scenario, I'm told, where Chris Paul is their point guard this season. They're in a rebuild. They're reshaping this roster. I don't sense they're trying to bottom out and really tank. And so, there'll be a conversation if the deal is finalized where Chris Paul can then talk to the Wizards about what it all might look like. I think in a perfect world for Chris Paul, he gets a contract buyout, and then he could perhaps choose between the Lakers and the Clippers back in L.A., where he keeps his home or his family is. But Washington has a lot of say in that. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out over the next few days.
Well, those few days take us up to the draft. On the other side of that, there's free agency, a very, very busy time. But I know you're always busy, Adrian. I appreciate you sharing some of your time with us here on SportsCenter.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.